Hello, my loves. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Moon Wellness on the Aquarian for another great night of self-care. Tonight's going to be a fun one because we are getting into the more luxurious self-care indulgence. All the things that people assume you're doing when you say you're having a night in of self-care. These are them. It's a little bit dark. Sorry, I have kind of the lights off because I'm creating a mood here. We're having a little downtime. So I turned the lights off and put some candles on, but I realized it might be a little dark, but as long as you can see me, we're okay. As long as you can hear me, we're okay. So first, let's start with some deep breaths as always. Let's just do we'll do a set of 3 in through the nose and out through the mouth, or whatever feels natural for you. Always feels good to take a couple of deep breaths. We want to get into a lot of stuff tonight. So let's really quickly just jump on over to our daily self-care check-in to make sure that we're kind of on the right track for our normal routine self-care. So going over our 7-step checklist. Did we nurture our body with good foods? Did we take our vitamins, medicines, herbs, supplements, tinctures, CBDs, anything that's going to help our health? Do we move our bodies? Did we do some exercising or dance or yoga or stretching or walking around? It's been really hard to get movement in the Bay Area. We are in the middle of an intense, crazy fire season, beginning of fire season. And it's really, really smelly and burny. And so we are all staying inside with our windows closed. So it's really hard to get out and get any fresh air, go for a walk, which is something I like to do for movement. Yoga is another thing I love to do. It's really hard to do when you're it's like my apartment's a Bikram yoga studio and I'm not a fan of Bikram. So it's been tough. So I'm trying to find creative new ways to move, which we're going to talk about next week or the week, sometime soon. Creative movement. Anyways, so we moved, we took care of our hygiene. We connected with nature. Do we do anything with our social network? Do we reach out? Do we say hello? Do we talk to a friend? Do we go on social media in a positive way, not a negative way? What am I missing? Oh, did we engage in any fun, creative joy? That's a big thing. So we're going to take the hygiene and the joy creative thing, and we're going to merge them tonight for some really good indulgent self-care. We're going to have ourselves a little spa night. Spa nights are something I've been doing for myself about once a week, depending on my schedule. Since I was about 15 years old, I have always been a kid that loved to take care of herself. So I don't know. There's probably something about my family dynamic or the way I was raised, but I've always carved out self-care time, and I've always really enjoyed the luxurious part of it for sure. So we're going to do that tonight. And I'm just going to give you kind of a couple steps or a couple ideas that you could spark to do your own indulgent self-care spa night. If this is not something that feels indulgent and yummy to you, if you're not a spa person, there's other ways to have indulgent self-care nights for you. You know, maybe you're an artist and you want to spend the entire night watercoloring or finger painting or doing something super indulgent that doesn't have to do with the art you do for a living, but maybe is more personal art, or you want to make music, or you want to dance all night. Those are you want to eat a fabulous meal and cook yourself a really indulgent, yummy meal. Those are all absolutely wonderful things to do for an extra indulgent self-care night. I am like a massage facial girl. I love going to the spa, so I love a good DIY spa. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So I always like to start my spa nights, or really any kind of energy work, anytime I'm having self-care time, anytime I'm moving into a meditation or yoga practice or anything where it's time to shift the energy away from what it's been to some personal me time. I like to light some sage, Palo Santo, a sage spray, anything that feels energy clearing to you is great. I love sage. I like to light sage. I make my own little sage and rose petal sage bundles. These are available on my shop, which the link is at the bottom. These are also really easy to make. If you have sage and roses in your backyard, that's really great. You just pick a bunch and wrap them together. I like to use a natural wrap so that when you burn it, it doesn't stink or get waxy or weird. So we're just going to light, without lighting my house on fire, so I didn't think this through. We're just going to light a little bit of sage. Of course, live TV, the candle doesn't work, but you know what? I have an idea. That's why we have lighters everywhere. That's why, you know, if you're a pothead like me, you've got lighters everywhere. All right, perfect. So we're just going to light a little sage. So good. Immediately so good. And we're just going to kind of, I like to just sort of like, especially around my crown chakra, just like clear out the psychic energy that has been swirling around my head all day. Maybe give yourself a little heart chakra, a little throat, grounding, just kind of get it all over the place. And then I'm just going to put it over to the side and it'll just kind of go out. You can keep your eye on it. It's not super flaming, but I have friends that are firemen and they don't like it when I just let candles burning. So be careful, but leave it burning. And another great way, if you don't have sage sticks or if you want to use something like an essential oil, sometimes I'll just grab any of my essential oils. I love eucalyptus, and I kind of have it going in my diffuser at all times right now because of the smoke in the air. So sometimes if I'm just going to sit down, I'll just take a quick whiff of whatever your favorite oil is. That's a great way to ground yourself and get yourself clear of any energy that you've been holding onto from your day that you want to release right now. So now that we've done that, we're going to talk about kind of like my 5 or 6, my favorite spa night activities. And these are so simple. You can probably do them tonight without any prep. Most of the stuff you probably have in your house or is very easy to get. Also, quick plug, if you are not already following Beauty Rituals with Lauren on Fridays, I think it's 11:30 a.m. West Coast, 2:30 p.m. East Coast time. She's amazing. She will give much more detailed kind of tutorials and step-by-step instructions and recipes on some great DIY beauty. So we're going to kind of take a page from her book today because we love connecting with the sisters and making sure that we're all on the same page. We love that. So we're going to take a page out of her book and we're going to do a little DIY beauty. I'm not going to go into it the way she does with recipes. She's great for that. This is just to give you some ideas to kind of let your own creative flow going. So one of the first things I really like to kind of center my self-care nights, my indulgent self-care nights around the bathroom and bedroom. First, I kind of set my bedroom for let me not give everything away here. First, I like to set my bedroom for how I want it to look when I come out of my bath. So pull down the sheets on your bed so you can just crawl right in, or fluff up your pillows, or put on a candle, or put some incense on so it smells yummy when you get back. Or if it's cold, put your heater on, whatever you need to do to make your space in your bedroom feel super yummy for when you are ready for that like deep quiet time. And then I go into my bathroom and I start there. So we're going to talk about some pre-bathing, bathing, facial, post-bathing stuff. So the first thing I really like to do that I sort of started doing not that long ago, and there's my acupuncturist got me really into it, and there's tons of reasons to do it. And it's dry brushing. And it's really easy. And you just get at any, I think I got this at my natural food store. It's just like a loofah brush. You want to make sure it has natural fiber bristles so that you're not, we just always want to have natural fiber anything, right? Let's just stop buying fake stuff. So anyways, these are natural fibers, and this is a brush that I don't wet. I keep this one dry. I also have one in the shower that I use in the shower to kind of scrub with my body polish, which we'll talk about. But this one I keep outside of the shower as a pre-bathing ritual. I do this maybe twice a week, definitely on my spa night. And dry brushing, if you're not familiar, is incredible. It's great for getting dead skin off and exfoliation, but better than that, if you do it regularly, it detoxifies your circulatory and your lymphatic, am I saying that right? You know what I mean, systems, and basically detoxifies like your kidneys and your liver. It helps circulation. It gets rid of cellulite. Well, nothing gets rid of cellulite. We need to get over that. But it helps the skin circulation to break up some of those fat deposits and things like that. So it's a really just great start to your indulgent self-care night. And it's really easy to do. You just kind of want to brush your body all over your body. You want to move upward towards your heart. Basically, since we're working with circulation, you want to my mom just jumped on here with a cute comment about loving her fat deposits, which is great, mother. You should absolutely love all your fat parts. I like to call them my squishy parts. Makes it a little sexier and makes my partner think it's cuter. But yes, we love our fat parts. We love all of our parts. But so we're going to use our dry brush, and we're just basically kind of going in an upward circular motion anywhere on our body. This could be on my thighs, on my legs. You just sort of want to be brushing in an upward circular motion towards your heart. It's moving that energy up there. So you're always kind of aligning with your heart chakra, which is really the most important thing that we're doing when we're talking about indulgent self-care. We are deeply connecting to our heart chakra. We are providing love for ourselves. We are giving ourselves self-love. That is why this indulgent practice is important. So dry brushing. Great way to just start your bathing self-care night. It feels really good too. And if you have like dry skin like me, just like, oh my God, I want to do this all night. So that's a really great way to get started. This just lives in my bathroom right outside the shower as a good little reminder to do it before I get in. So I love starting with a dry brush. Oh my God, time's going so fast. We have to move faster. Okay, so then we take our bath. Bathing is an ancient ritual. There are countless cultures that bathe. There's a reason Cleopatra bathed in milk and honey and all that stuff. Not only was she the queen and knew her self-worth, she knew how to make her skin look amazing and how to feel great like the queen she was. So we're going to take a page from her book. My favorite baths are ones I make myself. I never buy bath products anymore. I just think, I have a self-care line, so it'd be stupid if I bought someone else's, although we love supporting our people. You can make this at home. It's really easy. Depending on what you want to do. Obviously, you can purchase one if you want something with a little bit more fancy products in it that maybe you have, but it's really easy. Two favorite ingredients I like to use. I like to combine Epsom salts, which you can buy at the grocery store. They're super high in magnesium. You can't really see that. They're super high in magnesium, and they just bring out all sorts of toxins in your body. You can feel it when you get into an Epsom salt bath and you feel that pull out. If you're energetically sensitive at all, you can sort of feel that those toxins leaving your body. It's almost like you get a little shaky, like a little head rush. It's kind of nice. That's one of my favorites. I also really love pink Himalayan sea salts. This comes in fine and coarse. These are the coarse ones. If you can see, they're a little coarser. I like to use these in my bath, my bath salts. I like to use the fine ones in my body scrub. So it's just a little bit less harsh on your skin, but these melt really nicely. So I just do a little mixture of salt. You can use sea salt, whatever sea salt you have available in your house, any kind of salt, really, Dead Sea salts, and just pour some into your bath. You could use them with or without a nice oil, like a jojoba oil or a coconut oil, that if you want a little bit more moisture in your water. Sometimes I choose not to have it. I do always like to put essential oils in because that creates part of the aromatherapy experience, which is a main component to some of this self-care. We really want to be using these oils, not just for the benefits that they have for our skin, but really because that aromatherapeutic effect is incredibly calming, incredibly relaxing, and is going to be really good for taking good care of ourselves. So some of my favorite oils to add to, you really can add any. I am a big fan of like super yummy kind of florally baths. So I often will use some lavender oil. Sometimes I'll throw a little ylang ylang in there because it smells really, really yummy. Maybe a little rose, maybe a little rosemary, anything you want. German chamomile is really good. First of all, it dyes your bath a really pretty little blue color. You cannot see it at all, but it's really pretty in blue. And it smells super good. And chamomile is very relaxing. Chamomile is a great one to add if you are female and you are menstruating. This is a really good one to add to your bath to kind of help any cramping or back pain. Then you're just gonna, my favorite part. I like to add like some eucalyptus leaves or peppermint leaves. You can find these at most flower stores or grocery stores. There's a local grocery store in San Francisco, Buy Right. They sell all these big eucalyptus branches or any kind of dried flowers. This, I don't want to spill them. This is just a mixture of chamomile and rose and lavender and hibiscus. And these are all dried petals that you can get at any herb store, pretty much most places. And it smells so good. And I just sprinkle a little in. Sometimes I use fresh petals. Sometimes I use fresh sprigs of lavender or fresh rose petals. It's a little easier. You just have on hand a little bit more. Some of the dried things are easier to just keep. But if you have fresh roses that are about to go dying in a vase or something, rip them off and throw them in your bath. It's a really great way to reuse the flowers that you've been enjoying in your house. So then just soak. Just let yourself soak in there for as long as you want. Sometimes while I'm in the bath, I like to give myself a little DIY facial with really easy things. Either if you have a favorite face mask that you buy, fantastic, use it, enjoy it. I have a couple that I really, really like. I also weekly just throw some food on my face. A couple of my favorite household grocery items that you could use as masks are, I do this one once a week. I just go buy full fat Greek plain yogurt, smother that all over my face for about 20 minutes, let it sit. It is so good for you. It's fatty, it's probiotic, it's antibacterial, it helps cool and calm your skin. Yogurt is amazing. I've had so many holistic estheticians like look through my cabinet and throw away $100 masks and be like, can you just slather some yogurt on your face, please? Done. So easy. It's like, well, I don't know, $5? Probably not. I'm so bad at numbers. Anyways, I shop in San Francisco, so it probably is $5. Anyways, so that's a good one. You can throw in a little bit of essential oils. I like to put in, this is one of my favorite oils. Palmarosa is a really great oil for your skin. Forever, I thought it was a type of rose. It is not. It is a type of grass, but it smells kind of rosy. It's got a little floral rosy smell. It's really great for your skin. Another one that I like to use, I like tea tree. Tea tree can sometimes be a tiny bit harsh on my skin. I have sensitive skin. So an alternative to tea tree that the Young Living essential oil line carries is copaiba. And it's a similar tree, but not as astringent. It's a little bit more moisturizing. So I sometimes throw some of those in there. Again, maybe a German chamomile, and just keep that on my face. Another thing I love using on my face is Manuka honey. Manuka honey is incredible. You should also be taking a teaspoon of this a day, of really good high grade. The best I found is from New Zealand. My parents brought me back some from a trip recently, and I'm like savoring it, like scraping the bottles because it's very expensive. There's different grades. You can find them at your grocery store. The higher the grade is, the more expensive and the more beneficial. But listen, you could get one that costs $25 and they last forever. Like this isn't the honey you use in your tea every night. This is the honey you use medicinally or for skincare problems. It's super antimicrobial, antibacterial, antiviral, moisturizing. Honey is kind of my favorite, one of my miracle cure-alls. I got stung by a bee recently, put honey on it, the swelling went down and the pain stopped. Who knew? So honey is good. I like to add to my honey sometimes a little bit of green tea powder. Green tea's got so many antioxidants in it. And this is literally the green tea powder that I make my green tea with to drink. And I just use a really good high grade organic Japanese green tea powder. And I just mix it with a little bit of honey, maybe a couple essential oils of choice. Again, ylang ylang, lavender, palmarosa, geranium is really great for skin. Blue tansy is like my favorite. It's in the skin oil I make for Jamaican Women Wellness. And it's like my favorite thing. And it looks beautiful. It's like beautiful blue. Yeah, any of those carrot seed oils, really great for skin. So anything that smells good or that you've read about that you're like, I heard that this was going to be good for my skin. Throw it in there, I say. Turmeric is great for the skin. Avocado masks are great for the skin. Super fatty, great for moisturizing. What other things are good? For, anything, honey, yogurt, avocado, banana. Banana is really great. So you can really find a lot of things in your house. Lemon, someone's asking lemons. Lemon essential oil is good. I don't know if I would put an actual lemon on my face. That might be a little too acidic, but lemon essential oil in maybe something like a honey or a yogurt would be fantastic. Absolutely. Or lemon peel. If you wanted a little exfoliation, maybe zest yourself a little lemon peel, put that with a little honey or yogurt, and maybe make yourself like a little exfoliating wash. That might be great. I've used orange peel before and it's wonderful. Lemon peel would be great. So yeah, great idea. So facials, let that maybe sit on your face for 20 minutes while you're indulging in this great bath. Get out of the bath, rinse it off. If you've got glowing skin, put a nice face oil on there. You're going to feel so good. If you don't have a bath, I get this question all the time. I have two options I really like. Take an amazing indulgent shower. I'll give you some ideas on how to make your shower kind of a little bit more sexy. Or give yourself a foot bath. One of my really good friends, I kept sending her for birthdays and things, bath salts and bath oils that I'd make. And after like 2 years, she finally was like, love you, don't have a bathtub. And I was like, first of all, why didn't you tell me this? Because she said, because I just fill my sink up in the kitchen. I sit on my kitchen counter and I soak my feet after work and it's amazing. And I use your products. And I thought that's actually a really great way to do it. So whatever works. Foot baths are sometimes equally as an indulgent thing as a full body bath. But I love a good steamy herb shower. So one of my favorite things to do if I don't have enough time to bathe or if I don't have access to a bathtub is to do a similar concept with your shower. So go get maybe a bunch of eucalyptus that you can tie and hang. You can throw some lavender in there, whatever, rosemary, any sage, any fresh plants that you think would smell amazing. Tie them like that, kind of make like a little bunk, and then just like hang it. This literally hangs over my shower. I just broke part of it like that. It goes right over and it hangs down. We'll fix that later. And it just releases. Every time I take a hot shower, it releases these aromatic oils that just, it's amazing. I also sometimes will make a little spray and leave it in the shower. This is just water and a bunch of essential oils like rosemary, eucalyptus, jasmine. Oh my God, it smells so good. And if you spray this in a hot shower as you get in the shower, the steam will just capture that oil and you'll feel like you're showering in like a lavender eucalyptus forest. It's lovely. So that's a really great way if you don't have access to a bathtub to still get those same benefits. I also love to make my bathtub real sexy or my shower. Candles everywhere. Put crystals all around your bathtub. Like, girl, boy, whoever you are, make it indulgent. Make yourself be the king or queen that you are. So those are really great. Like, go above and beyond. I'm tired of this, like, we'll quickly take a bath. No, take the night, make it special. Do for you what you would do for someone else if you were setting something up for someone else. Do that for you. Pretend you're making this for your lover, for the most lovery person in your life, which should be you. Okay, real quick before we run out of time, I want to go over a couple more things that I wrote down because I was going to forget. Body scrubbing. When I'm in my bath or in my shower, to take that dry brushing to kind of the next level of exfoliation. We've kind of sloughed off that dead skin. We've got our circulatory system moving. We're moving energy to our heart. I like to really get in there and exfoliate the body and give yourself a good base of oil to then dry off and put more body oil on. So this is a good body polish. I make this for Jamaican Moon Wellness. Again, it's available, but you can make it yourself. It smells like heaven. It looks like dessert. What it is basically is salts and dried herbs and oils and nutshells and all sorts of things. So a really easy way to make something like that for yourself with what you have at home is to grab some sugar or some salt, any kind of sugar, any kind of salt. Add a base oil. I love jojoba oil. I love sweet almond oil. I love coconut oil, grapeseed oil, anything like that. It's going to be super avocado oil, super moisturizing, and it'll make a good little paste with those salts to kind of really be able to get on your body and slough off the rest of that dead skin. And it leaves your body with this like beautiful, shiny oil. Nutshells, dried herbs are really good things to grind up. I use apricot shells that I grind really, really fine. They help exfoliate. You want to just be careful if you're making it yourself that I use a coffee grinder. I just buy a coffee grinder and I use that as my herb grinder. You want to make sure you're grinding up things like nutshells pretty fine so that they don't tear any of your sensitive skin. I often will buy dried hibiscus flowers and I grind those up and kind of make like a hibiscus powder with it. And that goes into my body polish as well. So essential oils, carrier oils, salts, sugars, ground herbs, ground nutshells, ground lavender, all of those things would be excellent in a body polish. And you could just get a little jar at the grocery store, like a honey jar or a jam jar, or leftover after you've used something, and add it to that and stick. That's what I do. I have an old jelly jar in my shower with my body polish in it, because I buy my own. Well, I guess I don't buy my own. I make my own from my product line, but sometimes I like a new scent. I like to switch it up. Maybe it's like Christmas season and I want to smell like a cookie, so I make it like cinnamony and clovey. So that's a really fun way to not have to commit to anything, is make yourself like a daily little batch, and you can change the scents based on what your mood is. So those are the things that I really like to do in the bathroom. And real quick, we have a few more minutes. Once I've in the bathroom and I've bathed and I've scrubbed and I've dry brushed and I've facialed, and I get out of the bathtub and put on my face oils and I'm dried off, I like to get my coziest jammies or my coziest clothes or my robe and go in my bedroom with a great body oil. Sorry for all the close-ups. I'm like, I don't have my things ready. I make my own body oil. That I have one on my line, but this is just for me. I customized this one based on the mood I've been in the last couple of months, and it hasn't been a pretty one. So I needed a really pretty, yes, the bottle is everything. You are right. And this bottle cost me like $3. I found this bottle, which I suggest once we're not in COVID, going to like this. I got from this really cool little antique shop that is unfortunately no longer in my neighborhood, but they sell all this cool barware and stuff. And you could find these things at flea markets for like nothing. And this one is jasmine and gardenia and sweet almond oil and jojoba and argan. And it's so good. I love it. And I put it in this fancy bottle because this is not my everyday oil. This is my fancy, luxurious spa night oil, not my everyday oil. My everyday oil lives in the bathroom with my lotions and all my usual routine stuff. And I love it. And it's equally wonderful and yummy. But this is my extra special. I didn't care about how many expensive ingredients I was using. I wasn't monitoring myself about like, oh, that's too much. I was like, I want to smell like the best flower in the valley. And I want to use the most expensive indulgent vitamin E oils. I don't care. This is my fancy oil. And I like to give myself a little self-massage. Self-massage is very important for a couple reasons. Again, it's an ancient Ayurvedic practice, actually, and I am not even going to attempt to say the word because I'm going to screw it up. But it is you could look it up. In Ayurvedic practices, self-massage is a really important step to kind of that self-care practice. Not only are you showing yourself love and giving yourself the things that you want that other people would usually be doing for you. I love going and getting massages, and I will never stop doing it. But it's also important to know how to take care of myself and how to massage myself when I need to. We're in a weird time where we're not really going out and doing those services. I haven't had a massage all year, so I've been doing this. I had some stiff neck pain. Get a great body oil, get a great CBD oil. Just kind of give yourself all that loving touch that you want. Maybe start at your neck and just kind of like rub your scalp, just whatever feels good. Give yourself a great hand massage. Give yourself a great foot massage. One of my favorite things to massage, which I think a lot of people don't do and is really beneficial to your digestive system, is a belly massage. Sometimes I'll just lay in bed after dinner, after I've digested, and just lightly kind of circularly rub around my belly. And is there any tender points? Is there any points that are maybe hurting? Is there any blockages in there? It helps your digestion and it's very soothing. It's just sort of a nice indicator to your body where a lot of our energy is like stored in this central area in our gut. And if we can shift some of that and move it around, we can unlock some of that stuckness and we can relax. And we can enjoy the rest of our life and our evening. And we tend to overindulge in this society with food. I definitely do. So remembering to then give those areas that are doing that work some extra love is really important. So I think self-massage is one of my favorite ways to give myself some extra love. And then you're just ready to like crawl right in bed. I promise you, if you do these steps right before bed, you will have an incredible night's sleep. Don't turn your phone on after this. Do not watch a TV show. Don't check your Instagram. Do all that stuff before this. This is the turn down, right? This is the get your glass of wine, get in your bath, get everything done, and then you're ready for bed. I want you all to have indulgent self-care nights as often as possible. You deserve it. We all do. This is a really tough year. This is a really tough life. And if we're not giving ourselves good things, what are we doing here? So let's just remember to take time for ourselves in the little ways all the time, every day, and then in the indulgent ways when we can fit it in. I love you all. I can't wait to see you next week. I hope you take time for yourself. Remember to follow Lauren on Fridays for more beauty DIY. She's amazing. And I'll see you back here next Tuesday. I hope everyone has a great night. I can't wait to hang out with you again. Be well.